Kareem Abdul Jabbar highlights in his prime 1969-1975. This is long overdue. I said I was going down the list of like the GOAT's highlights and stuff. I tried to find his ultimate mixtape, but nothing came up, so we're here with his best highlights from his prime. But yeah, like I've always heard of Kareem, right? As some people have him as the best player of all time, you know what I mean? Like at number one. And I've never actually seen him, like his highlights or his plays or anything like that. I've always heard he was like a top level player, right? But I've never actually seen his highlights, so this is gonna be first time reacting to him. And just like bro, with the Larry Bird one and the Magic Johnson one, I was surprised. So let's see what
I was looking like. A great deal of his ability on the basketball court, the greatest offensive force I had ever seen.
Offensive force. The fuck, bro? Wait. So I mean, he's most famous for his skyhook, right? I didn't know he was pulling it from middies and floaters. What the hell? This is brand new information to me. And he's already what? He's like 7'2"-ish, right? 7'2". That's Will. What was the average height? What is this for? Let's do average height in 1972, because he looks way bigger than everybody else. Okay, so I was right. I had a reason that, you know, the longer we got into the league, the higher the average height was. So the average height in 1972 was 6'5", and in 2022 it's about 6'7". So I mean, 2 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean that's a lot, bro. Especially when it comes to, you know, wingspan and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely didn't know he was pulling it for middies and stuff like that.
Game?
I think I could do fine. I was pretty good making points in the paint there. Had a pretty good field goal percentage, so
oh yeah, he'd be unstoppable, bro. In today's era, he'd be unstoppable, bro. If he was doing like this, right? It's kind of like Giannis, right? Giannis is unstoppable in the paint. I feel like most players who played back then, who were this good in the paint, would fit right into today's league. Even with all 3-point shooting and all that stuff, bro, they would dominate the paint, and you know they would be like a Giannis type of player in today's game.
Some use to some teams.
So he went to war with Wilt multiple times, bro. It seems like he got, I mean, he holds the record for most points ever. I mean, LeBron's about to beat it maybe next season, but you know what I mean? Like, he's still up there, bro. So it's crazy to think too, like when some people say, like, they mention like a top 10 player of all time, and like he wouldn't do good in today's NBA. It's like, what? He's a top 10 of all time. You don't think he'd be able to adjust to the game or even dominate with the game he had in his era? Like, that's dumb, bro. Any top 10 player would be able to dominate any era. Yo, what? He was dribbling like that? Come on, bro. A 7'2" dude dribbling like that. How can you even say anything, bro? You know what I mean? Like, that's a skill I didn't even know he possessed too, right? Like, whenever I thought of Kareem, I was like, oh, give him the ball in the paint, he's gonna do a sky hook. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. Up until this point, that's what I thought. And to see the fadeaways, the floaters, the spin moves, you know, that's a lot of skill. And especially the dribbling, bro, like, come on. He would dominate any era. And the passing, or some reading passing highlights.
Kareem at his best. Shaq at his best. You pick Kareem as number one. Really? Tell me why. I mean, Shaq was a human specimen.
Yes, he was. And I like Shaq. But he was no Kareem Abdul Jabbar.
Who's that talking? Magic? We're getting his defensive plays. How many blocks did he have in his career? God damn. Now we're getting that sky hook. Bro, why do I feel like that was such a great move, you know? Like, why did that go extinct, bro? Why does anybody do that? I feel like that would be an unstoppable move even today, when most bigs doing it, bro. Like, why did that go away? Cause you can't block it, you know? There's no way you can block that. Kind of like Dirk's fadeaway, where you can't block it. I'm telling you, bro, you can't block that shot. It's like unstoppable if you really get it down pat.
The reason that young kids today don't learn how to shoot hook shots is because everybody is so enamored with the three-point shot. So the kids, they don't want 2 points. They don't want.
That's true, right? Especially with all the analytics and all the stats and all that. It's like, oh, it's more efficient, shoot a three. Of course, but like, what is the probability of always making threes, right? And with this shot, like I'm saying, it's if you get it down pat to a T, it seems unblockable, right? And I mean, I just feel like this shot is really underrated in today's game. Like, I don't see anybody using this shot, which I feel will still dominate even in today. You know what I mean? So, but that's true. The game is now dominated by 3-pointers. Everybody wants to shoot threes, bro. All the kids, playing now, all they want to do is be like Steph. They don't even care about shooting middies no more. You know what I mean? It's just 3-pointers, layups. That's really what it seems like.
Want to work with their back to the basket. That's not cool. They want to go out there in the stratosphere and shoot 3-pointers. And therefore, a lot of them don't get to learn the hook shot. And they don't get to realize that if you get close to the basket, a lot more of your shots will go in. They don't seem to understand that.
That was a great point.
Are you the best big man of all time?
Possibly.
Are you better than Jordan?
I'm not better than him, but I was at least as effective as he was.
People admire Michael's extraordinary athletic ability, which is so obvious.
That's true.
And for me, they just see someone who's tall, and they don't think I'm working that hard at it.
That is true, bro. Right? When you see a taller player, he's tall. That's why he's that good, bro. If I was that height, I would be. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? That's not the case. So I feel like that is true. I feel like a lot of his success might have been overlooked because of his height. But I mean, that's just what I mean. Still, to be considered one of the best players of all time, you know, that's, you can't be mad at that.
You know,
but I agree with he could be overlooked
Michael
because of his height.
I did.
We have different play styles too. There's no way we'd ever know if Mike was your height, would he be able to do things you did? Because, you know, at the time, right? If you're a big guy, you're down in the paint. Michael wasn't that big, so he was down in the perimeter. So it's like what if, we would never know. That is a beautiful shot though, bro. The more I look at it, it's a really beautiful shot.
It feels like you're underrated.
I am underrated. But that's okay.
That was a great video. Shout out to Fuba Sports. But yeah, like I said, right, previous to this video, I thought he was only doing skyhooks and stuff like that. He was way better than I thought he was going to be. In terms of skill, right, he was shooting the middies. He was dribbling, running the court at 7'2", which is crazy. He had the vision for passing. He was getting the blocks. He could do it all, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like he might be underrated in today. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you see a tall player, you really think they're only there because they're tall. You know what I mean? And because of the height advantage. Same with Shaq, right? People say if Shaq wasn't, you know, his size, he would have been a fucking and like a regular worker and shit. But I mean, that's a what if, bro. I don't see the point in arguing what ifs, because we'll never know. You know what I mean? They had the bodies they had, you know, the sizes they had, and that's what only the argument that we could go off. We can't go off what ifs, you know what I mean? So Shaq was dominant because of his body. You can't change that. Kareem might have been doing the things he does because of his size, and you can't change that. But I mean, in terms of overlooking, I could see it, you know what I mean? Especially now when his shot is completely overlooked, bro. That was a beautiful shot, bro. The skyhook. It's a shame that it's gone away, but it's true, you know? Everybody now wants to shoot threes. It's more effective. It's easier. It's less wear and tear. You know what I mean? But to have the record for most points ever, and to do it just from, you know, 2-pointers, bro, that goes to say a lot about his skill alone, right? No threes, you know, just paint, and to have the most points, like, there's no denying that, bro. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, we just gotta accept that too. So I definitely want to watch him making the case, or, you know, how good was Kareem. I like a video to really break it down, give me the stats, give me the numbers, you know, and to really put into perspective just how good he really was. I feel like we need to react to that. But no doubt, he definitely is one of the top players ever. A lot of people have him in the top 3, right? You guys let me know down below. I need to react to more and more players to really know where I put him at. But in terms of big man, because Shaq is the most dominant, right? We'll go with that. Wilt is up there though. That's the thing. But in terms of skill, I would say Wilt is the most athletic, Shaq is the most dominant, and Kareem is the most skilled. You guys let me know down below who would you take out of Wilt and Kareem. I feel like that's a good question, so you guys let me know down below. If you guys have any videos that would detail how good he was, or, you know, give me the stats and all that stuff, leave it down below in the comments as well. Or if you have any other videos you want me to react to, leave it down. But that's gonna do it for this one, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.